Yo, welcome to another video, guys. Today we're gonna talk about speed, baby. There we go, we got that down. All right, let's see if we can get this. You'll notice that I'm probably gonna be outspeeding most of this here, just like that. Obviously he only had the friend lead, so this was not the best showcase, but this usually happens even when they get a 24% speed lead. So this match is basically over already. So today I'm going to be talking to you about building 300 speed plus Swift sets for RTA for whatever you need. So let's finish this match up and get into it. I wanted to start off with some action because, you know, I didn't want the whole video to be just me showing my runes and talking about the runes. There you go. Ranked match. I am currently Guardian, so it's not I was G2 for a little bit there, but I'm being gate kept. Those LDs are kind of rough. But alright, so I'm gonna first show you my speeds. I'm gonna show you the speeds that I'm running in RTA, and then I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks that I've used. For example, you see this Shiho? He's pretty legit. He's got great HP, great attack, some defense, great speed, 312 total speed, perfect 69% crit rate on crit damage, and some okay accuracy, right? Well, what if I told you he only has one legend rune on him? Would you believe it? I'm going to show you. Alright, so let's start off with my turn order basically. So I run the Gemini. He is running at 209, this is a 300 plus speed video and I'm saying 200. He is running at 319 speed, alright? He usually is followed by the Shiho. Shiho is running at 312 speed. I'm sorry, the Ethna as well, right up there. Also 312 speed. Then we've got the Ganymede, 311 speed. Then after that, the speeds fall off a little bit, but we're still up there. We've got the Fran at 291. We've got the Oki 296. We've got the Daphnis also 296. I mean, overall though, that's basically the core of my team, along with the Sierra that's at 279. So that does fall off a bit, but we have, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot another one. But she does have a really high base speed, so she's a little easier to make, but she is running at 313 speed. I just built her. I kind of forgot about her. So in total, units that are running above 310 speed, we've got the Gemini, the Ethna, the Gani, the Masha, and the Shiho. Now guys, that's a whole RTA draft. That's where most of my success does indeed come from, but that's not the only key. Like I said, today's video is about showing you the tricks I used to get there. Now, hopefully, it's nothing groundbreaking or anything, but I mentioned the Shiho, right? I told you he only had one legend rune on him, and I'm going to prove that to you. Check it out. This thing is Hero. This thing right here. Hero, 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 and this is the only legend rune he actually has. So how does he get so much speed? Well, first of all, if you've noticed something, guys, most of the units that I am using, I need to get that leg up, right? I'm using very high base speed monsters. Obviously, I mean, this is still a really fast Oki, but if his base speed was, 215, oh my god, this thing be like 320 probably. So that'd be pretty nice. Sadly, he does not. But for, like I said, so 115 on the Shiho, we've got 123 on the Masha, 119 on the Ethna, 113 on the Gani, and then obviously 106 on the Gemini. So that is basically the very first trick. Ryu is amazing, right? but his base speed, compared to the Shiho, compared to the Ethna, you're going to be able to outspeed if you are running similar rune quality, right? Same thing with Ciara. Ciara is amazing, but that 100 does not compare to 119, right? So obviously, guys, if you have some units, and in specific, Ethna, Shiho, you can definitely take advantage of them. Definitely take advantage. And for example, if I were to switch this set to the Masha, for example, right? Let's just for test purposes, because Genny's speed is so low, he's only at 298. But look at that. If I switch that Genny set to Masha, this Masha, which is now 313 speed, now goes 327 speed. So that's just to show you the power of the base speed. So that's the power, guys, of high base speed. So definitely do take advantage. Try to build teams with that maybe revolve around units with high base speed, because trust me, RTA is no joke nowadays. There's speed everywhere, so you need to take advantage of that. Okay, now, so how did I make this amazing set on the Shiho with hero runes, all right? And this is where the next tip is gonna come. So you'll notice here, I gemmed in the crit rate. If I can get that to 10, great. I haven't gotten the correct gem for it. But the trick is to possibly, man, you've got to go for that innate accuracy, innate crit rate, all right? As almost everywhere if possible, which obviously is no joke, because minimum, guys, you're going to want triple speed rolls on every single slot at minimum. I have no quads on this one. This is not a quad roll. This is a very, very high. You'll notice the 12 crit, right? It's a very high. It's a very high triple roll. 23, amazing. So look at that. 23 turned into 28 with a grind, and then I still get this 12 crit rate. This is probably one of my best, most efficient Swift runes that just gels perfectly. It's got the HP, and I gemmed in that attack. So it's a very, very nice rune. Again, that's the legend one. But look at everywhere else. A lot of people will be like, oh my god, 4 crit rate? Why are you using 4 crit rate? Well, that is a great segue into the next trick. So obviously you need triple speed rolls, right? So what does that leave? If it's a hero rune like mine, it leaves nothing. You can't roll anything other than what's already on the rune, right? So luckily though, because no matter what, you are always going to get, or obviously chase the speed, that will always allow you to gem something in. So it actually allows you to roll more runes to chase speed, because no matter what, you are always going to either be able to gem in crit rate, HP, attack, accuracy, whatever you need, at least one of them, because you're gonna, and even if you have to gem it over what's already there. For example, had this already had HP, as the final roll, I may have just grinded it and regemmed crit rate to be higher, for example, because this is ideally the substats I would want on this attack rune. So you'll notice again, 5 crit rate, so 8 crit rate. That's how you're gonna get the crit rates, right? And then this one it was backwards. We had the innate crit rate, so we gemmed the accuracy because he needs both, right? Now this one, obviously, it needed the attack because it's amazing rune already, and it already had the crit rate. So here, because the attack is grindable, I chose to go with the attack over the accuracy. So this leads me to the next trick, right? So although this is a hero rune, look at it. It's really not bad, and a lot of people may have said, "Oh my God," Initially, when I got this rune, a lot of you may not have rolled it. Just if we cover, these grinds, right? So this was probably like a 4 or a 5 on crit rate. It was probably a 4 or 5 on crit rate. So those were the subs, but it had the 8% accuracy, right? Innate. That's 8 accuracy, innate. It had a max roll on the HP and then a flat. So what I wanted to is to get this triple roll on the crit rate. And I got lucky. I got it. Sadly, it's a it's actually the lowest triple roll I mean, well, technically not. So it's really just one above a double roll. So say this was 18. Guys, you can actually use blue runes. That's the power of the slot 2s. No matter what, the main stat was always going to be speed, right? So this is where you want to get most of your crit rate for your nukers or your accuracy, whichever one. If you're using it for a stripper, you would want maybe some, get that 20 accuracy. If you're using an accuracy, you're running a slot 6, and you don't have to worry about any other substats and needing accuracy. You can just focus on getting speed, right? Now, as you saw, this is where I got my crit rate. So, I mean, 69 crit rate's pretty good. And as you notice, we've got really just one roll into crit rate throughout the whole set. We literally have only one roll, and then a very low triple roll, and then a very low triple roll. So the trick here is to look for your crit rate. Look for your accuracy on your slot 2s. And then obviously you can, like I said, you can always gem in one of whichever you need. You can always gem in one of whichever you need. I mean, the flat HP actually helps him. He does need some HP, right? It's either that or, maybe some defense on there, because I already have the crit rate, I have the attack, and I have the accuracy. Now, obviously, I had to gem in the attack, so I probably took maybe, I don't know, flat defense out or something, right? Or maybe even flat attack. I don't remember what it was. But the point being, that's where you get your accuracy. This is where you get your triple rolls, all right? Even blue runes, if they're max, if like, for example, if this was 18 crit, that could have easily been a blue rune, and it's fine. I could actually use this in the set, would really just lose one crit rate. That's really it, because I can definitely get all of this other stats on a blue rune, as long as we had this accuracy, right? So just to show you guys again, I mean, look at this. That triple roll into crit rate, man. That triple crit rate roll, the accuracy innate. That's your slot 2s is where you're going to get most of it. And then this one was free HP, basically. Triple crit roll, and then I gemmed in the accuracy. Ideally, this would have been attack percentage, but, beggars can't be choosers. And then here, it's got an innate. And here, we kind of double dipped. We split the accuracy and the crit rate. This rune is not that amazing. This can definitely be upgraded still. Same thing here, we kind of doubled it with the accuracy and the crit rate, but look for those innate. Now, as far as getting the speed, guys, of course, there's no trick. You've got to just farm your butt off until you get these runes that can actually drop with 6 speed, or whatever, maybe some triple rolls, right? So let's take a look right now, and I'm going to show you something. Okay, for example, this rune here, a lot of you might just, it's an auto sell, right? It looks like an auto sell. Well, let me show you what I do. So first of all, yes, the speed is very low at 4. What if we got 3 rolls into speed at 6, right? What is the best possible scenario? Well, that's 22 speed. That would be 22 speed. 666, that's 18, right? Plus 4, 22. So now I go here. Well, how would 22 speed look on my account? Because that would be 27 with a legend grind, right? Oh, look at that. It would be my second fastest rune. So obviously, chances are probably slim to none, and slim's on vacation too. That actually happens. But say it ends at 20. Will I still use it? Yeah, then it would probably be a 24, because I probably wouldn't legend grind it, but I probably would use it. So the point being though, okay, say it had rolled 3 into speed, you already have the attack on there, guys. You already have the attack on there. So obviously the only way I'm keeping this is if it triple rolled into speed, right? Let's assume it did. So now I can grind the attack, and obviously the resistance I'm gonna gem out, right? I'm gonna gem it out. That's where I get my crit, my accuracy, or HP, whatever I want. So on the bottom, I mean, the chances are pretty high. We have 3 other things to roll that we can use, and that would be crit, accuracy, or HP for this type of set. So therefore, the resistance being there doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, because we're going to gem it out no matter what. The reason we are going to roll this is for triple speed anyway. Now this one didn't work out, but this is how I got a bunch of these runes with just, I mean, like you saw this one right here. I mean, look at it. It had 6 crit, it had 6 accuracy, But when I first got it, it had 6 accuracy, 4 crit, and probably, I mean, it ended at 22, so maybe a 6, right? So 6 accuracy, 4 crit, and 6 speed. And again, it was the same thing. If it doesn't triple roll into speed or crit rate, I probably would have sold it, right? But because it did, it didn't even matter because I actually wanted these stats. It didn't matter what the 4th roll was because I knew I was going to be able to gem in HP or whatever I needed. In this case, obviously HP. The flats. This is actually one of 3 quad speed rolls. I'm sorry, 4. One of 4 quad speed rolls that I have in my account. And a lot of people would not have ever rolled this rune, right? But look at it now. I mean, it actually is amazing for the Gemini. Even though it would obviously be better with attack percentage as the main stat, you know, this is still really, really good. The Gemini definitely needs the attack to be able to break shields and then strip will, right? But at the end of the day, he really just needs the speed. There's few teams that have shield and will that I go up against, so I just need the speed to for him to actually be able to act first. But same thing, it's got that sexy max innate accuracy. You'll notice we grinded a few, we left the crit rate on. I don't know what I grinded out, but we were able to grind in some more attack. But don't be afraid, especially if you run some attack bar boosters. If you run some attack bar boosters like a Bastet, Draco, a Frigate, or maybe a Tableau that just will enable your team. I mean, honestly, you know, Xiwu, whatever. This rune could work on Xiwu. It could work on Ryu. It doesn't matter because their job is to go first and strip, right? So, you know, anything that's flat, as long as it's, if you got 30 speed, you know, you take it all day. You take it all day because no matter what, they're going to do that's going to allow them to do their job. Move first, strip, enable the rest of the team. That is their job, period. And again, don't be afraid to try your luck, you know, getting some speed on some flats slot 4. Slot 6 a little different. It really does kind of still apply, but then the slot 6s normally would go to, I would say, attack bar boosters mainly, because you're probably going to need accuracy for anything that's a stripper that is going turn 1, and you're going to need accuracy on slot 6. Now the last tip, trick, whatever you want to call it, that I'll leave you with is you kind of only need 3. You only need 3 fast Swift runes to make a Swift set. And you're like, wait, what do you mean? Well, the thing is, for example, look, 1, 2, 3, right? How about here? 1, 2, 3. How about here? 1, 2, 3. How about here? Actually here 4, but you get the idea, right? 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, right? Because that slot 2, it's pretty easy. I mean, not easy to get a good one, but no matter what, a slot 2 speed will always be 42. You are never going to be looking to chase speed substats on a slot 2 because it's the main stat, so you're always going to have it. So because of that, it allows you to use other stats that you kind of just, I don't know, maybe stumbled upon or whatever and just rolled really high, kind of like this. When I first got this, I wasn't using it for a while, but because of the rune set, I was able to combine it with this. Hell yes, please, we'll take that sexy accuracy. The Oki, this is just broken. It allows me to use these 28 speed, you know, broken runes. I can put a will rune here, but she's already going first, so I actually just left this one to give her more efficiency. But again, it allows you to be able to use other offsets. Now this one is on will. I really like the Gandhi on will, so he's on will. And then again, you know, especially those slot 2s, those slot 4s and slot 6s, it can be really hard to get high speed on Swift. So that's where you can take advantage of it. Originally on this guy, I was running a Vampire rune here and then a Swift rune here. But once I finally got an accuracy rune that triple speed roll, I was able to get him faster and use this one on himself. Now, you know, same thing here. Look, even the Fran. Now, she used to be a little faster. I kind of dropped her a little bit for some extra stats. But again, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 other, you know, broken, or it doesn't have to be broken. You can use, I could use focus or whatever I wanted to, you know. But again, it's the same thing, guys. You really need 3 really fast runes, and the others can be whatever. 1, 2, 3, same thing. You'll notice a big trend. So start rolling, start keeping every single slot to speed rune. Obviously that makes sense. I mean, if you are moving into Guardian, then you probably only Hero Plus, G2, G3, you're probably only running with Legend runes, right? So that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know if it was interesting. Let me know what you guys think. I hope to not face you guys in RTA because you guys might outspeed me now. I don't know. But guys, that is how I built my empire. It's actually a very small empire of 300 plus speed sets. You didn't know? Now you know. You know?